Well, in our republic, voters get to make a choice, and there are always winners and losers. Some in the liberal media felt very confident in their candidate. Others said they should have been more cautiously optimistic.
I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I don't think it's going to be a close race. I think there are going to be those Republicans that just vote for Harris.
It'll be tied on Election Day, as always it will. The polls will be tied, and then he'll lose.
You call us trash? Oh, J.D. Vance, you just effed up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin.
Then I would say take Harris over 270 electoral votes. Let these fools in these crypto markets do something. Let them drive the betting line into a favorable place and then take advantage of it. That's what I would do. I think she's going to win.
This month, you wrote Trump is toast. Do you stand behind that today?
Oh, even more so.
Friends, we have a new sheriff in town. President-elect Donald J. Trump! Our newest elect president, Donald J. Trump, is the only one qualified to make and keep America great. Donald J. Trump. Hello, friend, and welcome back to The Conservative Poet with me, Amania. As you know, on this channel, we talk everything politics, reactions, political commentary, a little bit of humor, some parody to drive home the crazies that we are seeing in the society. So if you're back, that means you enjoyed the content. So help me out, friend. Like, share, and comment. That way other people can find The Conservative Poet and they can enjoy this awesome content that we're putting out. So thank you very much for your participation. Again, like, share, comment. It all helps me out. Without further ado, we're going to get into this video right now. Friends, when I tell you I am ecstatic about what went down yesterday, yes, President Trump, re-elected for the third time. And man, is the left having a hard time dealing with it. So in this video, we're going to cover a little bit about their breakdowns and their meltdowns. And of course, we can't have a meltdown without crying Van. So Crying Van had to do his breakdown. Joy Reid, The View, all of them are having issues today, coping that Donald J. Trump, Orange Man Bad, the Nazi himself, the vermin, all that, the fascist, what else they call him? All these things that they call him, that the American people overwhelmingly said no to Kamala Harris and the Biden administration. America said, no, thank you. We've had enough. You stole an election in 2020, and we're not going to give it to you again. So Americans came out and voted early. They did not leave it all for election day. They went out and voted early, and it broke records. That's how we got here. It's because we, the people, learned a lesson that early voting and mail-in ballots do work. I argue that we should just have one-day voting. But after going through the process this time, I says, maybe, early voting ain't so bad. Maybe that ain't so bad because it surely helped us out. Because early on, we saw where the momentum was. And if people weren't prepared to vote then, as they were seeing the numbers come in, as we were talking about how record-breaking these early votings have been, the momentum was there. The men went out to vote. The women went out to vote. The cat ladies went out to vote. Everyone participated in the republic and the democracy. We're talking about that today. Donald J. Trump elect. Before we go into the meltdown of the left, I wanted to say this before we go. This was a God thing. What happened in this election was a God thing. Everything that we've been seeing, God has had a hand in this. Abortion not being passed here in Florida is a God thing. And President Trump is being used by God for his work and for his glory. So these were miracles that happened yesterday. And all the glory and the thanks be to our God.
After America's voters spoke, well, this.
We need to really take a step back and think about what does that say about us.
People who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
I'd like to know what that says about us as a country.
I'm mystified in some ways. Who are we as a country? And we're starting to find out. And from what I'm seeing right now, I'm not sure I like it.
And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together.
Friends, Joyless Reed, Coping Jonathan Capehart, and Crying Van. Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. We woke up this morning with a dream, and now we're going to bed with a nightmare. Oh, what's happening to America? I don't have any words. I just don't have any words. Oh.
Pete Hegseth, in focus with me now. One word comes to mind, and it's introspection. And if they don't do some, it's going to get difficult for all of us because we're here together.
No doubt. By the way, these comments are a reflex, right? If your reflex has been blame Trump and his supporters for their views, they're your problem, then that's going to be your initial instinct.
True.
The question is that next level, right? So James Carville has been warning the Democrat Party for months, for years now, hey, this woke stuff that you're peddling doesn't appeal to large constituencies who might go out and vote for Trump. So he predicted Harris, but his instinct said something else. Will he say that same thing to his party at this point? Sonny Hostin, you played that clip on The View just today, blamed directly, and this is a direct quote, uneducated white women. Yeah. Uneducated white women are the reason why Trump won. And one of her co-hosts actually pointed out that's the reason Trump has the support that he has is because you keep demeaning his supporters as if they're not capable of understanding that they feel less secure. Illegals have entered their neighborhoods. Everything costs more, and they've got foreign wars they don't believe in. So I think it is a moment for introspection. We'll find out whether they're capable of it. But a lot of brains are broken right now, Harris. Yeah, and so they're going to say things that they may regret tomorrow.
So they are out to blame the world. They're out to blame everyone but themselves. These are the people that every day they pounce and pounce and pounce on Donald Trump, and we the people, they call us garbage, they call us racist, they call us white supremacists, they call us Toms, they call us everything that there is but a child of God. And so right now, what is happening is that the chickens have come home to roost, but they are not looking at themselves. Oh, we're going to blame the black man for voting for Trump. We're going to blame the white woman for voting for Trump. We're going to blame, I can't say the black woman because I don't think a whole lot of black women came out for Trump, but we'll find out. We know the Latino men came out for Trump. Men came out for Trump in droves, and it didn't matter what color they were. What mattered was their manhood, and they came out today to be historic voting for Donald J. Trump. But the cackling hens and the crying vans and the propagandists just cannot cope because they've got to blame somebody. And the people that needs to be blamed is their queen and savior, or not, Kamala Harris, or their drooping Joe Biden, or their lying Barack Obama, or their twerking Megan Stallion. Yes, the Democrat Party and their propagandists. But they're not looking at themselves in the mirror. They're going to throw stones at the American people for voting in Donald J. Trump. Well, Kamala Harris loses this race. And of course, it's because of her skin color. It's because she's not a man. It's because she's not Indian. It's because she's black. It's because she's female. It's because she's got a vagina. It's because she's married to a Jew. It's because she's not married to a Jew. I mean, the cope is real. And everything that they have is about race and color. Not that she's incompetent. Not that she couldn't do this. Not that she wasn't prepared or ready to do this, even after being VP for 3.5 years. Not even after all that. No. It has to be because America is racist and they're just not ready for a black Indian woman president. Harris Faulkner with more of the crying babies from the media. Friend, are you exhausted with the gaslighting from the left? Because I know I am. And sometimes it can be a tad bit stressful. And in those moments, I whip out my patriotic candles and I burn for freedom. I burn for our country. And I get a little bit of relief from the insanity that's coming from the left. So today you can get it 30% off at the Orlando Patriot. Grab yourselves some candles to relieve your stress as we hone into this election and it's becoming more and more stressful. Grab some for your friends, family, even grab some for a liberal or a leftist because they are stressed out too. So 30% off orlandopatriot.com. I'll see you there. Thank you. I really appreciate your help.
Watch.
It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not. That is what it appears happened in that state.
Let's be honest about this, okay? Let's be absolutely blunt about it. There were appeals to racism in this campaign, and there is racial bias in this country, and there is sexism in this country.
The country we have lives in two totally separated information ecosystems. Whatever happens, we'll have to really understand the information consumption that young men have and why they think that the economy will be better under Donald Trump when it never was.
And that's what makes the timing, I think, of President Biden's decision to step down after the debate something that, if she does in fact lose, will be under a microscope. I think it's one of the big questions moving forward.
If she were a 6'4" white man from Arkansas or from Florida, and she ran a good middle of the road campaign talking about reaching out, do you think she would be losing by that much? If she could like chew tobacco and carry a shotgun and talk about football and be a guy's guy, I mean, you tell me.
As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
I'm speechless. I mean,
you have to be, the most dumbest, most racist to even come up with the things that these people say. These people are not coming from logic. As a woman of color, I wanted to see a black Jewish woman married to a Jewish man. And I mean, all that. What about the person's character? Nope, I need to see a black woman who's married to a Jewish man whose ancestry has Jamaican in it, who's also an Indian, but she's also black. This is what they go on. Not the content of somebody's character, not their abilities, but their color, who they're married to, and what religion they are. I mean, this is who these people are. It is always the pot calling the kettle black. They are what they are, but they say it's other people. It's white nationalists. It's white Christians. It's white supremacists. But it's them at the end of the day. And it's disgusting. So our boy Ducey, who I'm sure is going to be so thrilled that he does not have to deal with the affirmative action press secretary Corinne Jean-Pierre anymore, that train wreck is coming to an end. So congratulations, Peter Ducey, on that. So he is reporting on the Queen herself abandoning ship last night, not talking to her people, and of course not conceding at all. Let's hear Peter Ducey report on what Kamala Harris has been up to.
Well, we are finally set to hear from Vice President Kamala Harris later today. She'll be speaking at her alma mater, Howard University, where people waited for hours and then had to leave because she didn't show up last night. Anyway, she's talking today at 4 p.m. Eastern, Howard University. As of now, Kamala Harris still has not publicly conceded or made remarks after losing to Donald Trump. We have not confirmed if that concession phone call has happened yet, but we were told it's coming. Her fellow Democrats are already starting to play the blame game. Peter Ducey is live outside the White House. Peter.
Yes, Harris, we are getting the first draft of the Harris campaign autopsy, as a campaign co-chair is coming out to say, to blame voters for not appreciating what the president and the vice president were doing to address the economy. Something they will not do, though, is say that Biden could have beat Trump.
Frankly, a lot of folks not recognizing the real progress that was made by President Biden and Vice President Harris. I think it's hard to look back and talk about what could have or might have or should have been.
And we'd love to play a bite of Vice President Harris reacting to last night's results, but there are none. Just before the results were called, the Harris campaign sent a co-chair to address a dwindling crowd at Harris HQ, and this is what he said.
We still have votes to count. We still have states that have not been called yet. We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted. She will be back here tomorrow to address not only the HU family, not only to address her supporters, but to address the nation.
A theme of the historically brief Harris campaign is that she said President Trump did not respect the results of free and fair elections. So far, she has not said anything about this one, but she is poised to certify its results in January as president of the Senate.
So Kamala Harris did finally come out this afternoon to give her concession speech. It lasted all of 11 minutes. Nobody heard all day. You know, her people came out to give her excuses. Again, she left her team last night. Nobody knows. Maybe she did like Hillary Clinton, went in there and, you know, broke some windows and broke some tables and, you know, punched some walls and all of that. And then she comes out here. Hello, my people. Hello. Anyway, so she finally comes out, and we're not going to play the whole thing. We're going to just play about a minute or so of this here concession speech, because frankly, friends, after all of these word salads, I'm over Kamala Harris, and frankly, I don't care to listen to her again ever after this here concession speech. So let's play it so we can move on. Again, we're not playing the whole thing. I can't do it.
Hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. That is a fight I will never give up. Oh, may God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
Seen that, heard that, good. There you have it, friends. The train ride is over for Kamala. It's over. They're going to put her back into wherever she came from. Send her back into California because she's done. And I'm done with her. No more word salads to have to listen to. January will come, the inauguration will happen, and we will move forward. So, I pray that God will keep us as this transition happens peacefully. There won't be any kind of foolishness and shenanigans. We're praying that President Donald J. Trump will take the office, the Oval, once again to lead this country. Power through strength so we can get ourselves out of debt, so we can become energy independent once again, so we can protect women, so we can close the border and protect families. Yes. Peace through strength. Once again, Donald J. Trump to lead this country. So I say, thank you. Thank you, God, for this great miracle that's happened. God bless Trump. And God bless these United States of America. Friends, we're going all the way. 2024 is here, and we just won an election. And we just taken out the trash, Kamala Harris, and the Democrats. I'll see y'all in another video. God bless you and keep you. Trump!